Hey, what's up, guys? This is MJ100K, and today we got to talk about the Nissan Silvia S15 is now legal to import into the United States, and I am so happy. So, this is an article from The Drive. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check it out, but let's sum it up right now. So, they're saying that the R34 GTRs, which are able to be imported now, are very expensive, so let's focus on this one. It is a lot more attainable to the average person. And I think I'm the average person. Maybe I will get to attain one. This is one of my favorite cars as well. I love the GTR and I do love this vehicle, the Silvia S15. I used to have a 240SX S13, the 92, and it was one of my favorite vehicles. Only sold it because I had to get money for my last semester of community college. But yeah, I wish I never sold it. And maybe I will get to have one of these guys, huh? Let's talk about it. So the S15 was the final iteration of the Nissan S chassis. So it's one of the most loved rear-wheel drive sports cars in Nissan history. We had in the US, we had the 240SX. People used to drift these and use them for road racing. Think of them as the Toyota GR86s of their day, except you could get a turbo engine in them. So I did hear they might be putting a turbo in the Toyota GR86. We will see. I can tell you, I've driven both of these vehicles, the Toyota GR86. Well, I drove the Scion version of it, but it's basically the same. And I did drive, obviously, my 240SX, but they are very, very similar handling vehicles. They both handle extremely, extremely amazing, very fun to drive, unbelievably fun, especially in the twists and turns. Unbelievable. This guy is right. The modern GR86 is basically a 240SX. I think the 240SX, it felt a little bit better, but maybe like 2% better, if that. As fun as my 240SX was to drive, I could only imagine driving the turbocharged version of it. That would just be, oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. All right, so let's see what they have to say in the comments. So this guy says they're really overpriced, even though they're good cars. For that price, you could just get a new or slightly used GR86 or BRZ. Pretty equal performance, and you don't have to deal with the fact that it's a 25-year-old car and probably been driven hard by multiple owners and has the steering wheel on the wrong side. Oh my gosh, this guy, you know what? Erase his comment. He's right about everything, but at the same time, I don't care and I still want it. And he says, but still, it's not a S15. Yeah, exactly. It's got to be a S15. And this guy says, he says, I'm so glad I had a BRZ. I think of anyone who pines after JDM sports coupes from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. What they really want is a BRZ or 86, especially now with the bigger engine and no torque dip. So he says, if you're after a classic JDM to have a fun drive, you really should just hang it up and get a BRZ. And you'll have a fun drive with modern features. You know what? Nobody asked you, Sam. The S15s like this fall in the collector or poster car category, just like classic 60s muscle, and they may not be as good as modern offerings, but that has little to no bearing on enthusiasts' draw to them. And in many cases, the lack of modern features is part of the appeal. I have driven the modern twins plenty, and they're fantastic cars, but I wanted an S15, so I bought an S15 and would never trade it in for a FRS or BRZ. Exactly. Thank you, Bill. These kids, they don't understand the point. I'm surprised by how many miss the point. Exactly. People who are excited for this aren't because of the numbers or the performance. They're excited because of the actual car itself. Thank you. All right, so yeah, the 240SX, the Nissan Silvia S15 is here. Maybe I'll be able to find one. I don't know. I'm super cheap, so. Well, we'll see if I could stop being cheap long enough to buy one of these, but I would really like to see one of these in person. I've seen them in magazines and in video so many times. I'd love to see one in person, and hopefully I'll get to at least drive one day. We will see. What do you guys think? Do you like the Nissan Silvia S15? And would you get one if you had the chance? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for tuning in and have a good one.